Hello, my name is Chris Shea, and welcome to this presentation on money potholes to avoid. I'm a financial planning and implementation partner with my clients. What that means is I help figure out where they're at, figure out where they want to go, and make a plan to get there. Sounds simple, but there's a lot of challenges, a lot of money potholes that we try and avoid, and hopefully now I can help you avoid some of them as well. Ground to cover. We're going to recognize some of the most common money traps. Help you determine wants versus needs, help you create a financial plan, or at least show you what a financial plan should look like. Understand the value of budgeting. I know no one likes to hear that word, but it works when you use it. Then access online money management tips and tools. So let's get started. How much is enough? What do you need for housing? Goes up all the time, right? Your housing costs continuously go up. Cell phone. Always new ads for new cell phones. Do you really need it? Or is the old one just as good? Will it last a while? Cable TV. How many channels really are enough? Do you need 200 channels, or what does 20 get you by? Entertainment. What do you like to do? Do you like to go out to big concerts, small concerts, big amusement parks, small parks? What works for you? Clothes. Do you need new clothes every month? Can you go a little bit longer? Can you go thrift shopping? How much do you need to spend on clothes? You can find some really good deals sometimes at some of the thrift stores. Food. Do you eat out? Do you eat in? Which one costs more? Eating out, obviously. Can you get away with eating in? And then maybe splurge on a big meal every now and again. Vacation. You need to go to the 5-star restaurant and the 5-star trip, or can you go to a little bit more staycation? Check out your local area. Go camping. Rent an RV. I don't know. Figure out a less expensive way to do your vacation. Transportation. You need the flashy car, or can you get away with something a little bit more economical and practical? What fits into your budget? And then miscellaneous. There's other things that pop up in life. Do you need to give the biggest, best wedding present? Or do you know that just the thought matters and deal with something more in your budget? Questions for you to answer. Uncle Sam, it's everyone's relative. We've all got to deal with the government. Taxes, part of life. However, how you get your refunds back, if you have a refund, hopefully you don't, but if you have a refund, you can get a refund anticipation loan. We go through this in another one of our seminars. We give an example of $1,500 in tax refund, $300 refund anticipation loan fee, you get $1,200 back. Is that $1,200 immediately needed, or can you wait and get your full $1,500 and not give up 20%? Which one's more important to you? Which one's going to be better in the long run? You got to look at that. Things to know. There's no such thing as a free check. All right. In the background here, a little thing called Pawn Stars. Maybe you've seen that on television. Again, we talked about it a little bit. Chumley is a big star for a while. It's not your friend. Pawn shop is not your friend. Go through a little example. Wedding ring costs about $300. Pawn shop's going to offer you $30 to hold on to it. If you can't buy it back, they're going to sell it. They're going to collect the $300. They're going to charge you $6 though for the processing and 60 cents in interest. That's about 1/5, 20% interest right there off the top, right? Extend for an additional 30 days. It's going up. So again, you get 22% at the top. And it just gets bigger if you can't make the payments and buy it back. Pawn shops aren't your friend. They're there to make money off of people in challenging times. Don't fall for it. It'll just get you into more trouble. Payday week advance loans. Look at these. Figure out a better way to manage your money, hopefully. Figure out what bills to pay, what not to pay, what to do, what not to do. Payday loan terms, usually a minimum 100, maximum 500 term. Finance charge, 15 to $30 to borrow 100. That's a 400% APR for a 2-week loan. 400%. Credit cards get in trouble when they charge 25. 400% loan. That's a big cost to you. It's a big chunk of your money. Figure out a better way to do it than have a payday loan. Not in your best interest. Again, here's an example. Got to do it 6 times a year, just in case, right? $30 on 200, 15 on 100. 200, then you had 2 weeks, it's cost you 60. You can go through the 6 months, $1,400 in payday loans, cost you $300. That means you got $1,100 out of $1,400. That's a big amount. Is giving up the $300 over the course of a year your best financial strategy? And when we compute the interest, again, it comes up to 124%. That's a big interest charge. Again, credit cards get in trouble when they charge 25%. People get outrageous about that. Yet a payday loan seems like it's small, but it's really a big interest rate of 124%. Cash it now. You see this all the time. We'll cash your check. Small fee, 5%, not a big deal. Add it up, people. Weekly paycheck at $250. Cost you $12.50, so you get $237.50. Again, this is just an example. $250 for 50 weeks, that's $12,500. Again, not a huge amount of money, but if you're giving up $12.50 a week, that costs you $625 a year. $625. That's 2 full weeks of work plus a half a week. You're working for them. Banks don't charge you. $625 out of your pocket, go into a bank. Try the bank. Get your money put in there. You'll be able to take it out. They're not going to charge you nearly as much as a payday check cashing outlet. Okay? Get rich quick. We see these all the time. Work from your dorm, work from home. Everyone's got a side hustle now. Do this, do this, do this. You're not going to get rich quick. Beware of it, especially if they ask you for money up front, because the only people that make money on this are the ones that start the get rich quick scheme. If you're at the bottom, you're not going to get rich quick. You're going to have to recruit people to work under you. Then you'll be able to make money. And definitely beware of the shop till you drop and you'll make money when you spend money, because you still got to spend the money. Rent to own. Here's an example. $400 TV. Weekly rental on the rent to own. 65 weeks. $975 at $15 a week. Seems easy. 5% sales tax. $48.75. A delivery fee. $10. Not a big deal. But over the course of 65 weeks, you spent $1,033.75. If you do the math, and even if you put $15 a week into a savings account to go buy that television, you could have it in 27 weeks. 27 versus 65, 400 versus 900, or excuse me, $1,000. Which one's in your best interest? Save your money, make the purchase. Save your money, make the purchase. It works out better for you in the long run. Loan sharks. Sounds great. $1,000 repayment terms, $30 a week for 10 weeks, 30% interest rate actually. Not that great for you. Total repayment's $1,300. Miss a payment, still owe $30. No default. You got to keep paying until $1,000 is repaid. Okay? Loan sharks come in all shapes and sizes. Their only goal is to make money and then no default loan, because they're going to keep charging you interest. And if you can't pay it, you're going to be on the hook forever. Be very wary of loan sharks. All right. Next one, title loan. Car's worth $5,000. Pawn shop's going to give you $1,000 plus an interest, 10% for 6 months. $1,600 to get your car back. It might be storage fees, non-payment fees, repo fees, or if you can't pay that $1,600, they're going to take your car. Okay. So again, this is an area that people fall into. They don't take advantage of other options out there, and they'll go to a pawn shop or a title loan on their car and wind up in trouble. Okay. Now the big one, needs versus want. Sometimes we're going to look and see what you get money for and the stuff that you need. You need food, transportation, housing, health, and things like that, clothes. You need the basics, right? That's stuff that you have money for. Stuff you need, again, food, cars, rent maybe instead of owning a home. Identify your needs, your basic needs of what you need to get through the day versus what you want. You might want that fancy car. You might want that big fancy boat. You might want expensive jewelry. Do you need it though? Or can you get away with something else? Take a look and see where you're at with what you want versus actually what you need. Sometimes you'll find you can get great deals. You can go to secondhand clothing stores. They're everywhere. People, I know from firsthand, my mother passed away. We gave away a lot of her stuff that was great that we didn't sell at a yard sale to Salvation Army. Some great stuff there, very inexpensive. Go look for it, take advantage of it. You might find some wonderful things that will benefit you as opposed to going out and spending a lot of money on brand new things just because they're brand new. Again, take a look at what you really need and want. Are they all really needs? Are some of your needs really wants? Right? You need transportation. You need a car. You want the big fancy sports car. You can't afford it though, right? You might have the big luxury SUV. You don't really need that. You want it, but what you need is a transportation vehicle for your kids to get to and from sporting events. And trust me, people I know that have the big expensive SUVs that are luxurious, the kids wind up destroying them and they get mad. Might not be in your best interest. Life and your money is all about choices. Identifying needs versus wants is a major step in having a better life. Less stress if you got less concerns about money. But if you don't have that clear definition between wants and needs, you're going to fall into some money potholes because you're going to say, oh, I need that big expensive TV. You don't need it. Trust me, you don't need it. But it may be a want. Wait, have the money, make the purchase. It'll save you in the long run. Make a plan. Write down your goals. Write down what you want to accomplish. Write down what you want to buy. I'm not saying not to buy things. I'm saying to buy them with intent. Be intentional in your purchase and your spending. Don't just spend to spend. Consider short-term goals, long-term goals. Do you use a monthly budget? If not, please start. Please, please, please start. It will benefit you in the long run. You'll know where your money's going. You'll have a better sense of what you're actually doing with your money. You'll be able to plan better as to what you actually want to accomplish. You got to keep track of what's coming in and what goes out. Steps to financial independence, spending plan / budget. Find out where the money's going. I have clients that have a lot of money coming in. They've got more money going out. When they sit down and look at their budget, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're spending X number of dollars on going out to dinner. I can't believe we're spending so much on vacations. We didn't realize we were doing this. They get better with their money. They live a less stressed life. It's the best protection against money traps. The Income Express worksheets, I've got Excel spreadsheet that I utilize and share it with my clients. If you want it, reach out, be happy to share it with you. So you can actually get a look and see how you might be able to put together a budget. Worried about budgeting taking too much time? Don't be. The hardest part is getting started. Once you get started, you do it on a fairly regular basis. So to recap, hopefully you've seen that there's money potholes. They're easy to fall into, particularly if you're not prepared for them. Hopefully we've helped you identify the difference between a need, want, and the choice in between. You've got to do some of the wants, but figure out the important ones. Hopefully we've shown you why a financial plan is important. Get you on track, get you control of your money. Once you get control, then you can figure out how you want to spend it. Budgeting, again, is the best way to avoid potholes. You know where your money's coming in, you know where it's going out. You can avoid some of those traps. All right. And there are free money management tools. Google them, look for them. Hopefully you'll be able to find some, put you in a better financial spot. Again, where do you go from here? Identify needs versus wants. I need to eat dinner. I want steak. Maybe I can only afford pasta tonight. Or you do pasta for a week. Then you have a big dinner. Set financial goals. Create a budget. Track your spending. Avoid money traps. And talk to people about it. You'll feel better once you've done that. Hopefully, we've given you some tools to avoid some money traps. Hopefully, you've learned some things. And if you've got any final questions, feel free, reach out. I'd be happy to interact with you, get back in touch with you. And lastly, if you got some evaluation on how I might be able to do this better, always willing to learn, reach out to me. Again, Chris Shea, financial advisor. Hopefully, we've helped you avoid some money potholes with this presentation.